What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's video, and today from Whole Shot we are taking out this beautiful Kawasaki ZX10r. Before we go anywhere, let's do a quick sound test, and this does have the Scorpion slip-on. Woohoo! She does sound good. And as you can tell, it is a beautiful day today, and what better way to spend it than on a bike. So you're going to be looking at about 16,200 to 16,300 for this bike. That is the base model. They have got a few other model variants like the Kawasaki ZX10r Performance, the RR, which isn't coming out this year so far. And then there's the ZX10, I can't remember what it's called, the livery, it's not the SE. It's like basically they changed the fairings, like it's a custom paint job. As you can tell, I am rocking the Kawasaki green bike today, but it also does come in a nice black. But for me, if you're buying a Kawi, you need to buy the green. Like I've already shown with the noise test, the only thing extra on this bike is that Scorpion slip-on. I tell you what, she's got a nice exhaust note to her. So starting at the front of the bike, we've got the 43mm Showa free floating forks. Coming back from that, we've got the M50 Brembos, and I tell you what, the braking capability on this, woo, it is sharp. It's probably the sharpest brakes I've had on a road bike, and me personally, I really like strong brakes. It's nothing worse than when you're starting to push the bike and you feel like you ain't going to stop in time. Obviously this bike is rocking full LEDs. Those front headlights have tucked away nicely, and they're surrounded by the winglets, and you can just about see the exit of the winglets on the front right hand side there. In the realms of TFTs, this is not the biggest TFT screen I have seen. Just comparing it to a KTM GT, that thing has got a 7-inch TFT display. In comparison to that, this is tiny. But you know what they say, size doesn't always matter, so the information that is displayed on this has got everything you need. The only thing that bugs me still to this day with sports bikes, or certain sports bikes should I say, is there is no fuel gauge, just a fuel light. We're past this day and age now of having to reset the trip whenever we fill up, just so we can keep an eye on how much fuel we've got. It's like looking on the left hand side, it says the BRK, that's the brakes. As I start to increase the pressure, you can see the green going up. On the left hand side handlebar, you push the little center button in and it will change it over to throttle, and there you go, you can see how much throttle is open as you're going along. If it can have that information displayed there, why can't it have a fuel gauge? That's what I want to know. I don't really care how much throttle I've got and how much brake I'm applying, I want to know how much fuel I've got. That type of information is fantastic if you're on the track. But as you can see, we ain't. So give me my fuel gauge. So a couple of nice things to see that Kawasaki have included in this bike is we do have a cruise control, really nice to see. You've got quick shifter up and down. I can tell you what, same as the ZH2, the gearbox and the shifter on this is beautiful. Absolutely spot on. In the slower speeds, like on this back road, it shifts beautifully. The only time I did find it lacking is when I was really opening her up and shifting. There was a slight delay, like a bit of a lag, and you would feel it in your body as you're going along. But for your everyday normal riding, you can't ask for more. Looking at what else we got, bikes like this will benefit from is the different rider modes. So we've got 4 rider modes with this bike. You've got your rain, road, sport and rider. So if you go rider, from there you can go into the settings and you can adjust the settings to suit you, either traction control, the engine braking, things like that. You can really notice the difference from going from sport to rain. So if you ever are caught in the rain, swap it into there and you ain't going to get caught out. At the minute you can see I am in sport by looking at the top left hand corner. To change that over, on the left hand side you've got the furthest left hand up and down buttons. You're going to hold the down and there you go, swatched over to road. So sport is at the top, then road, hold it again on the down, and there we go, it's into rain, and then we've got one more going off to rider. I've not set up the rider, so I'm not going to stay into that. So then all I'm going to do is going to push up and I'm going to go back up to sport, and there we go. Easy enough to change between the different rider modes. So those same arrows up and down, if you just push them, you will notice that your information on the trip does change. So you've got your trip A, your trip B, your lean angle, your max lean angle and your odometer. And if you push down, the bottom part on the screen will change. So we've got the miles per gallon in the UK, average miles per gallon, fuel, average speed, and then the total time. Right inside of that we've got the air temperature, bike temperature, and then the time. Hopefully you can see it. On the bottom right hand corner is the blue Bluetooth symbol. This bike does have Bluetooth capability, so you can connect your phone to it and you can record your rides. When you go along the back roads like this, the double bubble style screen does a really good job. The one thing I did notice though, when I was on the motorway, the buffeting was hitting me on my shoulders and above, unless I was really tucked in all the way down, but you can't sustain that. So it was quite uncomfortable, I'd say, just the way the air was hitting me. As you can see, Zoe is rocking the Kawasaki ZX10r RS. Her video will be coming out very soon. Just make sure your bell notification is activated so you'll see when that video is released. So far the handling on this bike is amazing. Flicks from side to side really nicely. The only thing I do notice with the pickup of this power is it kind of takes its time. It gets about 6,000 and then takes off. So second gear, 30 miles an hour, full throttle. So I'm 6 foot and I'm flat footed on this bike at traffic lights. For a sports bike there is quite a lot of room. My knees don't hit the side of the tank where I found on some other bikes, but my feet are starting to get a bit numb. They are starting to get a bit tingly. Riding position, you are in that aggressive, bent over, good to go position. But hey, it's a sports bike. You know what you're buying if you're going to buy this. You're not buying it for your let's go touring with lots of bags type of ride. This is your Sunday weapon or an absolute track day beast. I'm going to say it and I'm going to get some stick in the comments box below, but the way this builds its power on it almost feels like a 600 where there's nothing down low, and then as soon as it gets to like 8,000 it just opens up. Whereas normally with litre bikes you've just got that very linear curve of the power. It's just constant power all the way through. Whereas this, it definitely builds into it. Hey, there may be the Euro 5 emissions doing its thing. Maybe get yourself a full exhaust, get the ECU flashed, and I'm sure this would open her up. Just an abandoned MT10. Run out of fuel, have you, mate? Been there. I tell you what, if I was 25 again, nimble, flexible, I'd love this bike. But I'm pushing on to 33. My back and my knees have seen a few miles. This style of riding just isn't for me anymore. I can appreciate a nice bike, I can appreciate what Kawasaki have done. Like I was saying about that, I think I'm just past having a sports bike as my main bike. I've had Super Nakeds for the last few years, and they were definitely much more exhilarating, much more fun, comfortable, but you've still got the grunt, you've still got the power. And the main word there being comfortable. Whereas this, my knees get a little bit achy, my feet a little bit achy, my neck's getting a bit achy from holding my head up. But like I said, if you're young, or even if you're older and you're just a little bit more flexible and you're not battered, then this bike is amazing. Get it on track. Whoo, god damn. This on a big track would be amazing. That's to be expected with this kind of bike. You've got your ABS, you've got your traction control, you've got your engine braking. All the type of technology that we've come to expect and love in the brand new bikes. The last video Zoe done was the Z650, and this is now the Z900. And that's the biggest thing that we noticed. Yeah, it's got that retro classic look about it, but it's got that 21st century reliability. You jump on it, you turn it on, and you know it's going to work. If you think this bike might be the next one for you, head on over to Holeshot in Yeovil, get on this demo and see what she's about. If you've enjoyed this video, please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Plenty more riding reviews coming your way for 2022. Until the next one, ride safe.